Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that one of our admin received. The translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? I really never thought that my life will take such a deep turn, a wrong turn. I always believed that when you work hard, for sure God is going to bless you. And I was really working hard from a very young age. We were just surviving. My parents, they were both working on a farm. And I come from a very small town near Nelspruit, South Africa. So since my family, all of my siblings, they were working on the farm, I also ended up working on the farm. So at this farm where we were working, like I was taking care of the horses, there were a couple of guys that were from Mozambique. These guys, to tell you the truth, they were using a lot of charms. One in particular told me that he had been given a lucky oil charm by this other Mozambican old man after he had retired and chose to return back to his own country. Even though he had an South African ID, but he said that he wanted to go back and rest. The reason as to why he chose to retire, it was because the job that we were doing on that farm, it was very dangerous. So he had been kicked by a horse, and you know what they do in the farms. When you get hurt on the job, they do not take you to the government hospital, rather to a private facility, because they do not want to pay you. So he was taken to a private doctor where he got fixed. But when he returned back to his country, his other left eye was no longer functional. So he said, young man, you are in your country. If you try to find another job, grab it, take another job. Do not continue working on the farm, because as you can see, now I am a disabled person. How am I going to survive? And the little payout that he got, it was even less than 20k. Imagine a man who came to our country when he was only 15, returning back as a crippled man with a disability in his late 60s with nothing less than 20k. How are you going to survive on that? So this made me to think a lot. Whenever we would be busy working with the horses, it kept on making me to think about the job, the dangerous job that we were doing. I wanted to change jobs, but you know that unemployment, it is very hard in our own country. There was a guy now whom we were working with, staying in the same room that the old man from Mozambique used to stay in. He then revealed to me that the old man, before he had left, had said that, I have this lucky charm bottle of mine that I have been given by my own father when I came to South Africa looking for a job in the mine. This was going to protect me, to make sure that I won't be harassed or get robbed. You can take this lucky charm oil. It is going to assist you. This man said that he did not want that lucky charm. So me, being me, wanting to experiment, I said, give it to me. Let me try it out. So after I had taken that lucky charm, that was when I got a job. I was now working as a security guard on a nearby farm. I kept on using that lucky charm oil until the point when I said, I do not want to use this thing anymore, because I started to see ghosts when I'll be on my night shift. I saw the spirit of an old white man. This bull, I saw him. He was a dead man walking around the farm. So I thought that maybe it was one of the foremen or the bosses. But when I saw him exploding into flames, indeed, I saw that this was a spirit that was walking in front of me. I returned back to that man who had given me that bottle because I wanted some more instructions. He did not give me any instructions in the first place. He then told me that the instruction that he had been given by that man from Mozambique was that he was not supposed to sleep with a woman whom he is not married to. I said, man, How can you give me something, then you just remain quiet? Something that is so important like that. Why didn't you tell me? Because when I was working on the other farm, I was now cheating on my wife. I have too much time to cheat on my wife and freedom. At night in the guard room, I used to bring in one of my girlfriend who was working on another farm. She was from another country as well. The man then said, I never thought that you were going to use it. You know what? It is not even hard. Let us just go and throw this bottle away. So we then walked to this other small river where all the farms around the place get their water from to irrigate their fields. We went to that river and we just threw that small bottle into that river, and he said that that is what they do in his country. When you have some charm that you do not want, you go to a flowing river. So I threw it there. But to my surprise, when I arrived back home, I saw that bottle. Anyway, I then received a call from a friend who was working at Ram Couriers. He told me that they were looking for a delivery driver since I had gotten now a license, because now when I was working as a security guard, whenever I got the chance, I would make sure that I go and get my lessons, and then I got my license. So I got a job. When I got the job, I just left that bottle in the guard room. I said, this one, I'm not going to carry it with me. The problem now that I am facing is that when I am on a route in which I have to drive into the night, there is always something bad that happens. Sometimes I can even go out for a delivery early in the morning, maybe around past 4. But at that time when I try to do that, there is something bad that will happen. Sometimes I can see a person. This person, I don't even know how to describe it, because it will be a person without a body. You will just see a black spirit in front of you, then it disappears. If it was only that, it would be better. I have my eldest daughter. Right now, my eldest daughter, she is in grade 4. She can't go to school. She can't participate anymore in school because she can't hear anymore. She has lost her sense of hearing. For her to hear something, you have to scream directly into her eyes. Her mother has since told me that there are times when she is seen to be talking to herself. Now I am confused. I don't know what I am supposed to do. I once called that guy who is from Zim. He has since told me that when he returns back home, because the farmer at the farm where I was working told them that if they don't have their passports in order, they cannot continue to work anymore. So he's saying that if he goes to his country, he's planning to go to Zambia to get a job there, or Botswana. He won't come back to South Africa. So he was like, if you want, we can go together and look for a traditional healer, but try to have a lot of money so that you can get assisted. As for the money, I can try to raise the money, but I'm scared that if I cross over into Zim, I might worsen the situation. I once went with my daughter to church. She was laughing whilst we were going to church. She was even saying, so you think that going to church, it is going to help me? It won't help me. In church, there are bigger demons than the demons that I have right now. When I return back from church, you are going to see that I am going to bring 30 or more demons with me back home. And indeed, at that time, she was still okay. It's like we went to church to collect the demons. Please, people of God, assist me. I do not know where this Lucky Charm bottle is. When I returned back to the farm, it was no longer there, but it reappeared at that time when we went to throw it in the river. I don't know who took it. Those new security guards, both of them, they said that they pray. They do not need any Lucky Charm. Those guys also, they are from Zim. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin who helped us with this translation. Have you ever used a Lucky Charm before? If you have, please come and tell us your own side of the story.